folks, Leave here once again. Welcome back to another review. Hope you all enjoyed my review of Green Lantern First Flight, which I really love that movie. Really great DC animated movie. Now I got, well, guys, my name is Levi McNally. Levi McNally. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Appreciate you watching. Remember to subscribe with the mask profile picture. Yeah. Yeah, just let me show people real quick. Thank you guys for the 131 subs. Yeah, appreciate it. And to any new people that, watch this channel. Same thing with my other channel. These videos, these reviews are just 100% purely my opinion, so we can agree to disagree on stuff. Just to get that out of the way. You know, yeah, no rude comments, please. We had time for that. Yeah. But anyway, what I've been doing, guys, on this channel is I've been doing a superhero marathon. If you are new to this channel, I've been doing a superhero marathon on my YouTube channel here. Well, my new channel here and my other channel, and I do share from the other channel those videos that reviews I've done for the superhero reviews. You'll see it, but don't subscribe to that channel. Stay sub to this channel if you want to keep seeing me doing videos. This is the only way. But anyway, guys, um, I've been on the 2000s era of superhero reviews. That means superhero movies that came out from 2000 to 2009. And we're in the year 2000. I'm on the year 2009. This is the last year of the 2000s era. And because 2009 was the last decade for the 2000s, and then we got into 2010s, of course, next year after that. But yeah, but I got two more movies, and that'll be it. And they're animated films, so they're pretty short. This one's a short movie. This is only 67 minutes long. This is another DC anime superhero film. This is the sixth film in the DC Universe animated original movies, and that is Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, which I loved. I thought this was a great movie. Definitely better than Batman vs Superman, and just as we would get that in 2016. Mainly because it had a better story, in my opinion. Yeah, yeah, but that film feels rushed, you know. And Superman is like depressed in that movie, and you hardly get any Batman in that movie. I mean, you do get him in the warehouse scene, which is cool, but this movie gives you a lot of what you want from Batman and Superman movie. It gives you a good story. Yeah, it's political, but it's really good. But the great thing about this movie, you have some good voice cast members that come back to do some voices. So like I said, it's the sixth film. I guess it got made because of how DC Films were doing on sales. So they decided to make this movie. I don't know too much history about it, but I'll get to the cast. The great thing about this movie, you have Tim Daly as Killer Clark Kent Superman. Now, if you don't know Tim Daly, he voiced Superman in Superman the Anime Series. Yeah, and several animated other Superman films too. But it was awesome that he came back. I like George Newbern, don't get me wrong, but Tim Daly to me has always been the voice. Yeah, and he also voiced the character in Superman Brand New Texas. Is a lot better in that movie. That came out in 2006. He voiced Superman once again in Superman Batman Apocalypse and Justice League Doom, which was awesome. I think you also have some of the cast members coming back to do their voices to that movie as well, especially Kevin Conroy. Yeah, it's just a shame that in my opinion, it's a shame that he isn't. That's just something on my nose. Sorry, but he's been in some TV shows. It's a shame that he didn't keep doing the character. I guess George Newbern continues to do the voice of Superman, and you have to let Kevin Conroy as Bruce Wayne Batman. To me, he will always be the voice of Batman. Of course, he voiced Batman in Batman the Animated Series. That's when he got his start in 1992 when his crossover with Superman, the Batman Superman movie, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, Sub Zero, Mystery of the Batwoman, Return of the Joker. Yeah, so sad that he passed. Yeah, and he voiced Batman Justice League Doom as well, and the Flashpoint Paradox, and Thomas Wayne, and versus Batman vs Robin, Batman Killing Joke, where he worked, and I think his last time was Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 3. I think that was the last time in Justice League Fatal 5. Again, you have, I think, some of the cast coming back for that movie. Yeah. But he's worked with George Newbern because George Newbern, he voiced Superman, Clark Kent, and the Justice League series. Yeah. And Clancy Brown returns as Lex Luthor. Clancy Brown, of course, you know, he was in Highlander. He was great in that movie. and he voiced Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob. He also voiced he voiced a character in Thor Ragnarok. He also voiced Lex Luthor in Superman the animated series and a bit of Justice League animated series as well, and I think Unlimited too. Yeah, he was also in the episode Dukes of Hazzard called Too Many Roscoe's. I remember that episode. Yeah, great actor in my opinion. He was in Blue Steel with Jamie Lee Curtis. He also was in the Flash TV series. Still gives General Wade Eiling in the first season of the Flash. So it's cool that they got him to do that. He was also in the Penguin. I heard, yeah, Salvatore Maroni. Awesome. I haven't seen that show, but I've heard good things about it. Alexander Berkeley as Captain Atom. Uh, Another good actor. He was in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Candyman, Barbed Wire, comic from Air Force One. Yeah, he was like the hidden antagonist in that movie. Terminator 2, he was like John's stepfather. Apollo 13, he was in A Few Good Men. The original Candyman, The Rock, he was in that. Good actor. I think he was in, let's see. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, yeah, he was in Supergirl. Playing the villain's father. Yeah. Peter Lockwood, yeah. And Corey Burton as Captain Marvel. Solomon Grundy. He's the current voice of Captain Hook. He's in some voice work. Yeah. With some Disney movies. Voiced the character in a Goofy movie and Lion King of Thieves, and he's done some Disney voice work as well. Ricardo Antonio Chavia as Major Force. I haven't seen him too many much. Allison Mack as Power Girl. Yes, the Allison Mack who's he was in Smallville as Chloe Sullivan. So she's worked with DC before. Yeah, all 10 seasons of Smallville. But I'm sure y'all know she's been involved with that NEX, Ivan, the prostitution ring that she was involved with. That she's in jail now for, I guess. Well, that hurt her career real bad, you know. Despite that, though, I thought she did a good job here. But you know, I do like her sort of stuff, and but her as a person for what she did, screw her. Yeah. John John C. McCainley as Metallo, one of Superman's nemesis. Oh, Jeff's a good actor. I remember he was the gay cop in Wild Hogs. He was in Born on the Fourth of July, Platoon, Wall Street, The Animal with Rob Schneider, Highlander 2: The Quickening, On Deadly Ground with Steven Seagal. He was in that. Car 54, Where Are You? The movie from 1994. Wagons East, Born to Be Wild. Are we done yet? Yeah. CCH Pounder as Amanda Waller. Good actress. She was in RoboCop 3. Yeah, that terrible film. Let's see. Oh, okay. She also voiced the character in Justice League Unlimited. So she came back to do the voice. She was in NCIS New Orleans. Yeah, a good actress. LeVar Burton as Black Lightning. LeVar Burton. I probably remember him as Geordi LaForge from Star Trek: The Next Generation and the Fourth Generation movies as well. And he did a show called Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. I think I remember him in that, but I bet you remember him from Star Trek as Geordi. Geordi. So yeah. And Calvin Tran as Toyman. Hiro Hugma. I can't say the name right. Mark Jonathan Davis as Newscaster. He was in Down of the Dead. He had two sons of the most ambitious Batman versus been done justice. Okay. Brian George as Gorilla Grodd. I think this actor done some comedies. Yeah, he was in Austin Powers. Oh, he also did some additional voices of Batman, Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero, and Inspector. Oh, he was a Zorguru. That was the only funny thing in that movie. Like, try to imitate the balls. And then, that was the only funny thing in that movie, in my opinion. He was in Bubble Boy, Employee of the Month, Batman Gotham Knight in this movie, and Batman Under the Red Hood. He voiced Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul's assistant. He voiced the mayor in Justice League Doom, and he voiced Dr. Hugo Strange in Batman Strange Days. He also worked in Batman the Killing Joke. Oh, he voiced Alfred. Wow, okay. Batman the Killing Joke, and Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Turtles, and Batman the Doom that came to Gotham. And he voiced Penguin in Mirror Little Batman. Yeah. Jennifer Hale as Starfire, Killer Frost. Bruce Timm as Mongol. Bruce Timm, was responsible for creating the Batman animated series, Superman the animated series, Batman Beyond, Justice League, and Justice League Unlimited. And he voiced the bomber in the Beware the Grey Ghost episode of Batman the animated series. Rachel McFarlane as Nightshade, Lady Shiva. She's the sister of Seth MacFarlane, who created Family Guy. Yeah, she's done some other voice work, I guess, as well. Yeah, Alan Opener as Albert, Bruce Wayne's butler. Did he voice Albert ever again? No, not that I'm seeing. Nope. But he did voice the old timer in what says here. As I'm reading on his credit list of films he's done. He did Toy Story 4. Did a voice for that. Michael Gough, Togman, uncredited. Oh, not that Michael Gough. No. Actually, we gotta mention. Well, y'all probably know Kevin Conroy's done a voice for the Batman Arkham games. I don't need to mention that. People y'all should know that. He was, well, this guy Michael Gough, not the Michael Gough who played Alfred in Tim Burton. No, but he's done voices for other characters and DC stuff and other animated shows and movies and stuff. So that are not Marvel related. Some more Scooby Doo as well. Jonathan Adams is General. He's been credited. He was in a Airbud Golden Retriever. I Yeah, that was a sequel to Airbud. Okay. Moses Jones, Dr. Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. He voiced Dormammu. Justice League Rise on Tours. He voices Martian Manhunter. Uh, the Death of Superman and Justice League Crisis on Infinity Earth as the Monitor. Actors that respire their roles from the DC animated universe include Clancy Brown, Kevin Conroy, Tim Daly, and CCH Pounder, who respire their roles as the characters I mentioned, which is awesome. The film is directed by Sam Liu, who I think has directed many other. Yeah, he's directed a ton of other DC stuff. Yeah, like Hulk versus Planet Hulk, Thor: Tales of Asgard, this movie Justice League, some of the Justice League animated movies and stuff, and some of the Batman animated stuff and Superman. So he's directed many DC animated films. Written by Sam Burke. It's based on Superman and Batman by Gioblo and Ed Guinness. Gioblo, he was responsible for creating the TV series Smallville. He's worked on books such as Ed McGinnis. He's worked on films, comic books like Superman, Batman, Deadpool, and Hulk. It's produced by Bruce Timm and Alan Burnett. He's produced many DC other, I believe, many other DC animated films, yeah, including Batman Hush. Yeah, a lot of others. Sam Rusher is a producer. Let's see. He produced the Wonder Woman Green Lantern movie, Just League Crisis on Two Earths, some Scooby Doo animated movies, Tom and Jerry animated movies, and some more Batman, a little bit of Batman stuff. Justice League Crisis on Infinity Earths. Yeah. Benjamin, I think it was an American food producer. He produced movies like Swamp Thing. That was Batman '89, Batman Returns, Turns on thing. So he produced a lot of the Batman, yeah, a lot of the Batman films, including live action, like from Batman Returns, Batman from the Batman films, some of the animated ones, Catwoman from 2004, National Treasure, Constantine. So a lot of DC films this guy's worked on. Mike Uslan, the guy who's responsible for, giving us Batman, bringing Batman to the dark side, give us a dark version for that. Yeah, sure he's worked on many DC films as well. Oh yeah, he produced The Spirit as well. Terrible movie. Edited by Margaret Hu. And again, the music is by Christopher Drake. He's done music score for other DC animated films. Well, just Batman Dark Knight Returns, Ace Part 1, 2, Justice League Doom, Batman Year 1, Green Lantern, Emerald Knights, also Superman, Batman Under the Red Hood, Wonder Woman. But he did not do the music for Green Lantern First Flight, that was somebody else. Batman Gotham Knight and the two Hellboy animated movies. So, production companies Warner Brother Animation, Warner Premier DC Entertainment, Lodo Animation, distributed by Warner Home Video. It was released in September. It was released September 29th, 2009. It's 67 minutes long, and the film is only 1 hour and 15 minutes long. So it's a very, very short movie. All right, since I got all, let me talk about the plot real quick. Do that. Yeah. So the plot synopsis, what Superman, Batman, Republican Enemy, what the story is about is that this time Lex Luthor, he's elected president of the United States. Luthor becomes president of the United States, and only Superman and Batman stand in his way. So Lex forges a plan to finally annihilate his arch enemies and declare Superman and Batman enemies of the people. He sets them up. He sets Superman up and Superman uh, for murder and for murder, and of course Batman jumps in to help him, and him and Batman and Superman become public enemies. Outlaws. Outlaws. So you have some villains and some heroes that are working for Luthor, like Captain Atom and his team, Power Girl. They're assigned to take down Superman or to basically arrest Superman. And some villains want to take him down, and because Luthor offers billions of a bounty on their heads. So Batman and Superman had to prove a fight. Also, there is a meteorite striking Earth that's like a green kryptonite meteorite that's come to Earth. So they have to stop that, and also take down Lex Luthor, who has kind of some hidden agenda of his own, some evil plans of his own to take over the world, kind of in a way, if you will, or wants to. And he's got a dangerous plan, so they have to, of course, stop Luthor and stop this meteorite and clear their names. You know, especially Superman. That's clear his name, and that's the story for you. And that's why you can call it Public Enemies. Maybe some quotes from it in a while, but I'm going to talk about the story. And again, like I said, the film's only 67 minutes long, so it's a very short movie. Yeah, really short. It goes by at a really good pace. So, but the best thing is you get a lot of good action here too. Anyway, the film starts with Lex Luthor. He gets elected to be president of the United States during a sort of nationwide depression. The world's going crazy. People have gone mad, and he becomes president. Things do become better. Under his leadership, he begins to thrive and assemble his force of government. He employs these superheroes that get to work from. That is, like I said, Captain Atom, Katana, Black Lightning, Power Girl, Starfire, and the Major Force. But Superman won't do it. Superman doesn't trust him, neither does Batman, of course. And then you get the film's opening titles. He's got, shut the mascot laws, well, give them a law that they have to go by. Uh, the United States government, the government finds out that there's a kryptonite meteor they said are holding toward Earth. They can kill life. Instead of asking for the heroes, Luthor wants to destroy it with missiles. So you have Superman in the beginning. You have just Superman, just a guy driving crazy and nearly arresting people. Superman picks him up, using, Captain Adam said, "We need to talk to you." Superman's like, "Well, hold on a minute." Superman says, and again, it's awesome that he's voiced by Tim Daly once again, from, like I said, who voiced Superman in the animated series. But he did not voice Superman in Justice League. Of course, that was George Newbern. Anyway, sorry about that. And the guy says, "I'm going to kill myself against the gun." Superman's like, "Hold on." Sees an X-ray vision to him and uses heat vision to stop him. Police arrest him. And Captain Adam, then they ask Superman, "Do you want to join us? Do you want to be part of the team?" You know, he's like, "No, Luthor's a sick man. I'll never trust him. You can't trust Luthor. You know, he's a crazy person." That's what Superman believes. Superman's like, "No, I've always been best to work on my own." Superman just flies away. And Luthor arranges for the whole meeting. He wants to arrange a meeting with Superman. Basically, wants to form a truce, a pact. And Superman watches this on TV. And Batman's like, I know you're gonna meet him, Mark. She was like, "Well, you know me all too well." He's like, "Well, if things go sour, don't sweat me, Chuck." I was like, "I know you all too well, too, Batman." And then he flies away. Batman knows he's telling the truth because Batman's been investigating it. Of course, Batman being the detective and the more vigilante of them both. Yeah, yeah. Superman comes to meet him. Luthor says something to him. He's like, gonna grab him. Luthor's like, "What's wrong, Superman? You not feeling well? You think I'd honestly come alone?" And then you have this figure takes blood off. It's Metallo, and Metallo and him fight. Metallo is one of the is a villain that is strong enough to take on Superman because he's a machine robot, but in his chest right here, like in his chest, he's got the heart that's green kryptonite, which is Superman's weakness, and he tries to fight Superman with it. Superman only crushes him with a car, but the fight continues like in the cemetery. Superman puts up a good fight, but he's about to kill him. He's got these weapons out. Superman uses heat vision and fights with him more. He was close to killing Superman. Batman shows up, but he's able to knock Batman around, and Metallo, gets a piece of kryptonite that falls out of his heart, that falls out of his chest, creates a gun out of it. So it's like he can shape stuff with his mechanic with his body, which is cool. But he mechanics it into a gun with the kryptonite. I was like, he's like Superman, from me to you, bam, and shoots Superman in the heart with kryptonite. Hasn't reached yet, but Batman, dumps him out of the way, and he finishes. Metallo tries to finish them off by just throwing dirt on them, and they get safe. Yeah, they joke around a little bit, but he's like, "Let's get out of here." Superman says to Batman, they get out of there, they go to the cave. Meanwhile, Metallo ends up seeing the mysterious figure's like, "Finally, it's you," and that figure murders him. Yeah, and I think Lex Luthor was setting this up the whole time, of course, making public enemy number one. I think that was the whole focus. Superman is the good guy that would never kill, truth, justice, and American way. He's trying to ruin that reputation for Superman, of course. That's how much he hates him. But anyway, Superman and Batman go to the cave. You know, Alfred points a gun, and they're like, "Oh, it's us, Alfred." "Yes, sir." And he takes and you know, the one that patched him up is Alfred. He's like, "So I washed your clothes and washed your suit." He's like, "Thank you." "Oh no, Lois won't have to worry about it. Thank you, Alfred." Flies over to the Batcave, the bat computer where Batman is. They're watching TV, and Luthor's announcing that he was trying to make peace with Superman, but Superman murdered Metallo. He puts it on camera that Superman attacked him. Makes a whole different scenario out of it. Makes Superman look like a murderer. And now that he must be arrested and in court for his go to court for his crimes. He places a $1 billion bounty on his head. Superman and Batman are trying to get information on the meteor, so they break into Star Labs. Batman does try to investigate. They see the corpse of Metallo, but it's all like radiation, and Superman's not strong enough. His heat vision is not strong enough. His heat vision, which Superman has heat vision, I said, yeah, okay, it's not strong enough. And the police show up to fight them, and Superman flies away. He's like, Great, I hate that I'm a vigilante. I was like, Batman's like, well, I'm used to it, being out long. Then there's no many villains like that. You have Silver Banshee screams. I think it's like Mr. Freeze, Captain Cold, Icicle, Killer Frost, try to freeze on Batman. But Superman fights Banshee, but he takes her, flies up to space, and she passes out. And Superman helps Batman get out of the ice using heat vision. Uh, stop, and puts like Superman puts like a tracker or like a tick or something on her, whatever, some kind of ticker of a device on Banshee's neck so she can't scream. But then you have more villains that show up like Gorilla Grodd, Black Manta, Black Spider, Primestone, Catman, Cheetah, Copperhead, Deadshot, Crystal King. Batman is like everybody's after that boy. He tries to attack Bane, but Bane tries to hit him, but Batman has his circulation off. He has this string circulation that it's his venom that gives him his super strength. When Batman cuts it, he loses the strength, and Batman takes him out. Which is saying I would like to see him fight Bane. Yeah, and they fight Black Manta. They fight all these heroes. Take Deadshot out. They fight Nightshade, Solomon Grundy, and Mongo. Mongo is knocking Superman out, but Superman realizes Mongo is very talkative, but he's not talking this time. He's like, how would you be Luthor's pet? You know, but he knocks him out, and Solomon Grundy, using Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday, born on a Tuesday, but he's talking like this, like a normal person. Like he doesn't, because when he's slow in the mind, just may talk that way. He nearly drowns Superman, comes close to it. Batman. Batman's able to get out of it and knock him out, and he tries to, let's see who's under the mask, but it's like a smoke that comes out of it. Batman knocks him out, and they're saying something going weird, and then they figure that was really weird because Superman can hear the Grodd, so they take Grodd out. And before any more of a fight can happen, Captain Atom arrives with the super team, and he's like, "Sorry, Superman, but you're under arrest." He's like, "I'm sorry, I can't do that. Can't let you do that." But Power Girl is convinced that they're not guilty of anything. He did talk to Luthor a little earlier, but even though she's the president, she somewhat respects Luthor. She's just somewhat very uncomfortable. She's very uncomfortable around him. Yeah. Doesn't know if she can really trust him. And he fights the heroes and Captain Atom and Black Lightning. Mr. Superman creates like a blister with his powers. And Power Girl becomes out. They take Power Girl with them. And she even tells, Batman Superman's like, "Do you believe that?" Superman's like, "Do you believe me? Do you believe that I didn't kill?" And she says, "Yes, I believe that you didn't do it. I believe that you've been set up." Because she doesn't so much trust Luthor. But Luthor's superheroes, you know, and they Captain Atom, they fight again. Power Girl aiding them. They call her a traitor. And Batman finds out that Major Force killed them. Major Force is tempted to like saying, "I want to kill them," and the Captain's like, "No, we do not kill." And he even kind of admits it. So what if I did? He almost tries to kill Batman because the fire that comes out of that's the radiation. But he tries to kill Batman, and but Supergirl, Power Girl, punches him hard, closes a hole in here where she can blow up, and they have to get him stabilized. So Captain Atom has to grab him, and he dies. He does go in front of everyone, which Captain Atom now believes that Lex Luthor was setting him up the whole time, including Captain Atom hears it. Yeah, but Captain Atom injures himself, and Major Force dies. Meanwhile, Lex Luthor goes to the military. At Ace, he says he says it'll work, and Amanda Waller is with him, and it strikes. It does hit it, but it does not. He's like, because I say I told you so. I'm like, somewhat. He said it didn't work, and Amanda Waller goes into Lex's office. He's frustrated, trying to figure out how to do this, but she finds out that Luthor's taking a serum, amount of radiation that he's submitting to his body tonight. this liquid kryptonite, kind of like super steroid venom, since the last days of the presidential election campaign. Since Luther decides that it failed, he tells Amanda Waller that he wants her to be part of it. That Lex is going to let it hit the Earth. He's going to let the meteor kryptonite hit the Earth. It'll kill millions and probably billions of people. And from the ashes, he's the one that'll take over. Yeah, and he'll rule over the but remain society. And of course, Amanda Waller thinks he's insane. Doesn't tell him that he even gives her kisses her, which I don't think he really needed that. But okay. Batman and Superman attempt to break into Superman's Luthor's base, shoot data on the meteor's radiation. It's at the end of a battle with Captain Marvel. You say Shazam, and he's like, "You're just his pet," and him and Superman fight. Uh, Shazam gets knocked down and is a kid, and Batman's like, "Once you say something," and the kid's like, "Shazam," and Batman, Superman tries to take Hawkman out to the Earth, but Hawkman has like tries to knock him out. Eventually, they beat them. Eventually, Ace Power Girl comes to help them out, but you don't see on screen. Luther refuses to defend it, and Wally tells the general about it, the data on it, and they're gonna arrest Luther. Well, Luther also gets caught because Batman and Superman are in disguise as Shazam and Captain and Hawkman. So they knock him out. He disappears the data, but Metal like, "It's okay, I got the data." He's like, "What?" And Batman and Superman they fly to the delivered data to this Japanese toy man who can help them figure it out. And he's like, "Bitch," you know. And then that's when you get the his exosuit. The Luthor just runs like, "Catch him, arrest him," but he gets away. He gets his exosuit, charges up more with kryptonite body to make him stronger. He uses liquid kryptonite. Luthor runs at the military can't knock him out. He knocks some of them out and he gets away, flies off. This kid built a giant propelled spacecraft that's like Batman and Superman together. Batman and Superman arrive there. Power Girl's like, "I'm gonna go in there." And this kid's funny. He's like, "Whatever." Power Girl's like, "Come on, let's just get this done, please." And they, gets it set up. Unfortunately, Luthor arrives, fights with Superman. Superman is also fighting at first. With his exosuit, he's got kryptonite in it. Like these blasts that are green kryptonite to weaken Superman. Batman really can't take him on. So Batman says he's got to go in there himself. He neutralizes Power Girl, Superman, and Batman. He disables the rocket because he goes to the Toyman, Japanese version of Toyman Kid. And he's like, even you couldn't figure out how to defeat the missiles. And so he punches it out. He's like, no, I'm going to let it come down. And since his best friend, since Batman takes off in the spacecraft, and Superman's like, gets so mad enough at Luthor, he's like, that was my best friend, knocks him out, gives him a good punch. And the fight goes to Metropolis. They're flying. Superman's flying after him. Uses heat vision, tries to shoot Krypton at him. But Superman gets him, destroys each part of the suit, the hand, the legs, breaks the suit, knocks him out. Superman gives the other hand. And Batman says he's destroyed the meteor. He goes in the black hole and destroys it. He's not dead. He's just kind of like a Batwing almost. He's almost tired. Superman finds him, goes back, you know, Super Black Cat, Captain was like, "Oh, thank God, Captain Adam." Captain was like, grabs him. He's like, "You're under arrest." He's like, "Oh no, you can't arrest me. I'm the President of the United States." And for the people, by the people, and they throw him in jail. Superman flies up to space, saves Superman. I mean, Superman saves Batman in the escape pod. Superman. So they find out that with the evidence against Luthor, he goes to jail. He's like, wait a minute, I'm for the people, by the people, and they lock him up, send him to prison. And he's like, I'm the president of the United States. You can't attack me. That's what he tells Superman tells Lex, but he grabs Lex and Sarge go over Murphy. He's like, he's like punches him. I like, consider yourself impeached, and that's what happens to him. Superman gets set free. Well, the charges are dropped. He's like, so Batman, you want to hang out? So Batman's like, no, I'm Batman. Well, it's daylight out. You might want to. And then Batman goes away, disappears. He's like, uh-huh. And Sergeant Lois Lane arrives, and her and Superman give each other a hug, and they save the planet, and they stop Luthor, Lex Luthor, and like I said, Superman gets free of the murder charges, and Luthor ends up going to prison, and Batman and Superman save the day, and that's the end of the film. So let me read some quotes really quick, just real quick. I can't think of a morning I haven't woken up with the thought of strangling you when he fights Superman in the exosuit. That's cinematic. Imagine if you were fooled everyone. If you're fooled everyone, expect me because I know evil. You come to this planet to kill yourself to save mankind. Well, I think it's time you died for your sins. Why is it that good villains never die? Clark, what the hell are good villains? Kryptonite is near your heart. I don't know if I'll get before the wound does. Closes. Where's the Flash when you need him? Do me a favor, lose the sense of humor. Do us both a favor. Buy one. I suppose it's useless to tell you to leave. I wouldn't miss it for anything. Your funeral. I already have one. You can't touch me. We're on America's soil now, and I'm the president. Consider yourself. And he punches him like you're impeached. They must think I did this with my heat vision. You couldn't have, not unless your heat vision is very accurate. Is it not? Is it? No, this way. I really look like a criminal. It's done wonders for me. You're going to go and meet with him, aren't you? You know me too well. I can't just stand back and do nothing. Well, when it goes all south, don't count on me to save you. I won't. I know you pretty well too. Tell me something, Power Girl. Now that you've been up close and personal with Luther, how do you feel about him? He's the president. But how do you feel when you're around him? He makes my skin crawl. Sometimes you have to trust your instincts. But how do you know when? Now. What did Luther promise your money? What do I need the money? I'm living energy. You're not going to tell me you killed him for your country, are you? Some of us still believe in our putting our country first. Sorry, I don't see any patriotism here. All I see is a psycho who's lost on an excuse to kill people. And dude is so stupid he doesn't realize he's being used by Luther. Oh, you two aren't going to be able to save the world now. Well, tell you something. Everyone who lives to the new world will have learned never to trust your kind again. Shut up. Here's all the information you need on it. Now go save us. And hell, this is bitch. General, arrest him. He didn't do it, I'm sure of it. Oh, really? It's just not him. Do me a favor, think back to those 3 years ago. You could have even dreamed back in then. Would I have been present day? Did you think it was me? Then I wouldn't have changed that much, couldn't he? Does that mean you're willing to work for me? For you? Yes, you'll be working for me. But only in Sophia or represent the country that adopted you and that you love. What's wrong? Was I going to be sentimental? Luther? You think I'd be crazy enough to meet you without some kind of protection? Metallo? Who can stand up to you? Shouldn't I have done that? He's the president. Anyway, I'll give my final thoughts on this movie, and I will end this video. So anyway, I love Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. Definitely one of the best superhero films ever made, and animated ones too. Really a great one, and one of DC's best animated films. That's why I highly praise it. But yeah, I thought this was awesome. I love this movie. Like I said, better than Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice because it's not depressing. It's not a sad movie, and Superman doesn't die for just for no reason at the end of the movie. You know, I like Henry Cavill, but Zack Snyder in that script in that movie, I don't blame them completely. I do blame I blame the studio because I think that they really rushed when it came to those movies. And not Man of Steel. Man of Steel was fine for what it is. I like Man of Steel for my own reasons. But I know people complain Superman's depressing in that movie. Yeah, he is. We play about Man of Steel. Well, people, there's times where Superman does get mad in Justice League, and there's the Injustice story where Superman kills Lex Luthor, or I think kills the Joker. So Superman can get pretty mad and do some dark things too. So You think he might be lighthearted, but he can get pretty pissed. You know, but that good American in him, that good guy in him, bit of the Boy Scout keeps him from doing that. But yeah, they do a good job with the story. I like seeing how Lex Luthor's president of the United States. And of course, you know he's gonna plan something bad. You just know he can't be trusted. And yeah, it had a good story. I like how they become public enemies number one. They had to fight villains, and even the heroes that are working for Luthor. Luthor, you know, just probably, of course, you know, Lex Luthor is insane. He's one of the best villains ever. DC villains ever. He's, you know, Superman's greatest foe in my opinion. Unlike the Joker, he's not completely insane, laughing, and you know Joker's just playing evil, but Luthor puts on an act. You know, he's very manipulative, very able to manipulate people. That's how he probably got the superheroes on his side. You know, he's always good at talking to people and convincing them to do things you don't want to do. Yeah, yeah. And Batman, of course, is dark. You know, as always, and a vigilante and a detective as well. World's greatest detective. But it had a good story. I like how the Meteors come in, what he's planning, and how they become public enemies and stuff. And it's a very fast-paced movie. It has a really great story, in my opinion. Good lines of dialogue. I love the animation. I think the animation looks great for 2009. Yeah, they look different from the animated series that we've seen in them. That's fine. They've changed over the years of how the characters look. I guess, you know, over the different years, the characters always look different, you know, which is fine. That's never really made me angry. I'm fine with it. Sometimes the animation can be really good, sometimes not. But the animation here is great. I love the animation. The voice cast, I think, is, you know, having Tim Daly come back as Superman, Kevin Conroy come back as Batman was great. So, you know, you got the classic, you know, Jimmy Kevin Conroy will always be the voice of Batman. Tim Daly, I like George Newborn, but Tim Daly will always be the voice of Superman, in my opinion. When you think of the voice of the characters, you think of them, or Lex Luthor, you know, Clancy Brown did a great job, you know. When you think of that voice, you just can't help but think of him. Same thing like Mark Hamill as Joker. Yeah, you can have somebody else voice the characters, but these are the guys that really started it all. And the actress voice Amanda Waller, she did great in Justice Unlimited, and so did can't really talk. Yeah, but a really good voice cast. Glad they were bringing them back. And the new voice cast, Allison Mack, despite what she did, I do like her as Chloe Sullivan in Smallville. Yeah, and I like her in here too as voice of Power Girl. She was very good. Yeah, really good cast. I liked all the characters. It was very enjoyable. Uh, the script, the story, I thought was really good, and Sam Liu did a great job directing. The editing and the action scenes were good. The music score was pretty good as well. Well, one thing I say I do like about Batman vs Superman, some of the score is good. The scores are a lot better here though. It was, you know, but the film's only 67 minutes long. It's only 67 minutes long. It's 1 hour 15 minutes. Trust me, it goes by at a fast pace. You get a lot of action. If you feel like you didn't get enough Superman and Batman action and Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice, you didn't get enough of that because the whole film is depressing. This ain't depressing. This is a straight up good story. Yeah, it's political. I'm not really into politics, but with Luther being president, it's a good reason to add that in. And you get plenty of action and you get a good story and a great villain like Luthor. So, yes, better than Jesse Eisenberg. Oh my god, don't get me started on that. This I never really hated that movie, but I do hate him as Lex Luthor. So, yeah, but to me, Clancy Brown is much better. You know, as Lex Luthor, even as the voice. You know, Zack Snyder. They should have. You know, well, if they would have just took their time with it. Yeah, this is why DC I think does better in their animated movies. But in some of their live action movies, you know, a little bit years later, even though I love Man of Steel, did kind of fall apart for them. And their DC movies aren't that great. I'm not saying Marvel movies. Some of the Marvel movies now are not really that good. I can't really say because I haven't seen too many Marvel movies, but I'm not gonna say it too early. But some have been downfall, like after Endgame, you know. But this was a time where you know, the year before you had The Dark Knight that came out. Like I said, Iron Man. This is when the MCU was starting. Because I believe the next year, you know, Iron Man 2 came out. So Marvel was doing pretty well in live action. I said DC's doing well in animation at the time. This is what they had going for them. But again, I don't blame Snyder completely. I just think the studio really run to rush into things. But I'll get into those when I get to those reviews. But Superman Public Enemies, I love the story. Good story, good voice cast, good animation, a really good story, awesome film, really good action as well. Very fast paced. It's only, like I said, 1 hour 15 minutes long. 67 minutes goes by really quick. You know, it's enough to keep you engaging in the story, and you get plenty of good action and good lines of dialogue, and the humor works as well. And you got a good villain to go with it. So it's an awesome, epic movie. I would say it's epic, yeah. Uh, maybe my only issue with that Lex just randomly kissing Amanda Waller, giving her that kiss, that was weird. I'm like, I know he's insane, but I don't think he's really in love with her. I'm like, that was not needed. She can't tell me, well, he just lost his mind. Now that just didn't make any sense to me. That's my only issue with the movie. That was just weird and out of place. And I do wish Metallo maybe would have lived a little longer. But I guess Lex had to set. Well, that would have been cool. But I guess Lex was just setting him up, for the murder and all that stuff. Well, he had to keep Superman somehow, didn't he? Anyway, guys, that was my review of Superman Batman Public Enemies. My rating for this film is I'm going to rate Superman Batman Public Enemies. My rating for this film is 5 out of 5 stars and a thumbs up. So, guys, if you've seen this movie, what do you think of Superman Batman Public Enemies in your opinion? I say it's the best Batman Superman movie in my opinion. Second will be the Batman Superman movie from 1997 from the world's finest. Third would be Superman Batman Apocalypse. And I would say my least favorite is Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. But we'll get to there eventually. Yeah, yeah. And Superman Batman Apocalypse and Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice down the roads. But anyway, just for now, it's this. So guys, my rating for Superman Batman Public Enemies once again is 5 out of 5 stars and a thumbs up. So tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of this movie in your opinion? Yeah. And what do you think of the voice cast in this movie? Yeah. And what's your favorite Superman Batman movie? Yeah. And just let me know, guys, in the comments down below. Now, I have one more 2009 review to do. Yeah, this movie's a crossover, but it's not DC or Marvel, but it's still a superhero film. And it, what that is, Teenage Mutant Turtles, that is, when they be super good, but that is Turtles Forever. So Turtles Forever is next. So stay tuned for this. Yeah, but Turtles Forever is next, which is the crossover with the 2003 cartoon Turtles and the 1980s cartoon. The 1980s cartoon Turtles, which is a crossover movie. So definitely look forward to talking about this next. So that'll be my last 2009 review. Then, either today or tomorrow, I will be doing a finally and a quick update video, which is showing off a new superhero movie I got that came out last year. Yeah, 2023. Sorry. And the 2010 era superhero movie. I'll explain that and show you what movies I'm going to be talking about next. So stay tuned for that. Again, Superman Batman Public Enemies. Once again, my rating for the film is 5 out of 5 stars and a thumbs up. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of this film, this awesome movie, in your opinion? And stay tuned for my next review, Turtles Forever. Yep. So this will be next. Oh, finally, that's awesome. Okay, good. That'll be my next review. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, bye bye. I hate it when it does that. Bye bye.